Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a super interesting topic, types of databases. Basically, we'll be breaking down relational databases versus non-relational databases, or what we call NoSQL databases, and we'll explore when to use each one of these. So if you're a university student or you're just getting started with databases, this is the video for you. But before we jump into the differences, let's quickly recap what databases do. In our last video, we mentioned that databases store and manage data efficiently, whether it's a tiny personal project or a massive enterprise system like Amazon or Facebook. Databases ensure that all your data is stored securely, is easily accessible, and can handle multiple users at the same time. Now let's look at the two main types of databases in use today: relational databases and NoSQL databases. Let's start with relational databases. These databases organize data into tables, much like an Excel sheet. Each table has rows, which represent individual records, and columns, which represent fields like names, dates, prices, and many other things. Some of the examples of relational databases include MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Oracle. In a relational database, tables can be linked through relationships using something called keys. There are primary keys, which uniquely identify each record in a table, and foreign keys, which link records between tables. For example, think of an e-commerce site. You might have one table for users and another table for orders. A user places an order, so in the orders table you store the user's ID as a foreign key to link the two. This way you can keep the data organized and avoid duplication. Now, why are relational databases so popular? Well, simply because of their ACID properties. This is a big deal for relational databases. ACID stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Basically, it ensures that your data stays accurate, consistent, and safe even if something goes wrong, like a system crash. Another reason for their popularity is their structured data. Relational databases work best when your data is highly structured. Think of data like employee records or sales data where everything follows a consistent pattern. Another reason is the ability to perform joins, which means you can easily pull related data from different tables in a single query. Now let's talk about non-relational databases, or what they refer to as NoSQL databases. Unlike relational databases, NoSQL doesn't rely on a strict table structure. Instead, they are more flexible and can handle a wider variety of data types. NoSQL databases are great for situations where your data doesn't fit neatly into tables or where your data structure might change frequently. There are several types of NoSQL databases, but the most common ones are document-based databases like MongoDB, which store data in documents, usually in the JSON format; key-value stores like Redis, which store data as simple key-value pair like a giant dictionary; and graph databases like Neo4j, which store data in nodes and relationships, perfect for social networks where relationships between people or items are crucial. For example, think of MongoDB, where instead of tables we have documents. Let's say we are storing product information. One product document might have fields like name, price, and description, but another product might also have fields like color or size. The structure doesn't need to be the same for every document. Now, how do you decide when to use relational databases or when to use NoSQL databases? Well, relational databases are great when you need consistent data structures, complex queries involving multiple tables, and when you need strict data integrity with ACID properties, like for example in banking systems or inventory management where data accuracy is critical. On the other hand, NoSQL databases are ideal when you are working with large amounts of unstructured or semi-structured data, and when your application needs to scale horizontally. Think of social media platforms or large-scale content management systems. And also when you want flexibility in data storage and don't want to define a strict schema upfront. Now let's look at a couple of modern day use cases to wrap this up. MySQL. This is still one of the most widely used databases for traditional applications like websites, CRMs, and e-commerce stores. It's perfect when your data is highly structured and you need strong data integrity. We have MongoDB, which is used by companies like Uber and Netflix for storing semi-structured data. It's excellent for managing large, complex datasets like customer preferences, real-time analytics, and event logging. Ultimately, many modern applications use both types. For example, a company might use a relational database like MySQL to handle structured transactional data, while also using a NoSQL database like MongoDB for things like user activity tracking or product recommendations. Alright, that's a wrap up for today's video on relational versus NoSQL databases. To sum it all up, relational databases are all about structure and reliability with features like ACID properties and strong data integrity, while NoSQL databases focus on flexibility and scalability, making them perfect for handling large volumes of unstructured data. I hope this gave you a clear understanding of the key differences, and now you can make more informed decisions on which database to use for your projects. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with any questions or topics you'd like to see in future videos. Thanks for watching and see you next time.